Alright guys, well 2024 is just about over, so let's talk about my top 5 games of 2024. Let's get into it. So first up, I want to talk about granbluefantasy Relink. This game came out way earlier this year, so I doubt many people even remember it. But this is one of those JRPGs that really just caught my attention. Something about the art style and the combat, and the multiplayer worked pretty well. I know in my review I did say that when you're doing the challenge missions it was a little bit difficult to have multiplayer work. You kind of spent a long time waiting for people to jump in the lobbies. But when it did work, it was pretty flawless. I mean, there wasn't a lot of lag or anything like that. So that was definitely a game that I thoroughly enjoyed. I definitely go back to it once in a while just to kind of play it, look at the art style, you know, beat some bad guys up, do a couple more challenge missions trying to get those S ranks. So definitely hoping they come out with some DLC or maybe a sequel to this one soon, because it was just a really great game and we waited so long for this game to come out that I would be really disappointed, honestly, if we didn't get any sort of follow-up to it. So it's definitely a great game. Next up is going to be stellarblade. Now, I mean, I know there's a lot of weird controversy around this game, you know, but the gameplay in this was actually pretty good. The music was incredible, definitely something inspired by Nier Automata, which is a game that I thoroughly loved. So that was enough for me to want to check the game out and see what it was about. And yeah, it's fun. I mean, the boss fights are pretty interesting. The stories, you know, it's pretty straightforward. The music, like I said, it's a banger. I've gone back and done like the boss runs on these games and it's still pretty fun. Just, it's easy to pick up and kind of play. Definitely has a little bit of a difficulty spike at the end, personally, for me, but I definitely can't wait to see if we get like a sequel to this, because it was a pretty good game. Now, another one that I really enjoyed is going to be Astrobot. Yeah, I just liked the platforming in this game. It was fun. I liked being able to celebrate the 30 years of Sony as somebody who's been a PlayStation fan for pretty much my entire life. Any game that like celebrates the IP from Sony, something that I want to check out. Just being able to see like Kratos and a lot of the Killzone characters and Uncharted characters, and I mean, just there's a lot of characters. There's like 300 plus bots in this game for you to collect, and almost all of them are like based off of like a specific character or IP that Sony's created in the last 30 years. So yeah, it was just really cool. I remember playing Astrobot Rescue Mission before that, and I enjoyed that as well, just like going to like the different components of the PlayStation. So I'm sure we're gonna get more stuff from this game because it's doing really well right now. We've already gotten a few like small free updates to the game with different like bots and missions and stuff. So I think we're gonna see some more of this game pretty soon. Maybe it'll become the new PlayStation mascot. We'll see. Next up, let's talk about blackmythwukong. As somebody who is a huge Dragon Ball fan, playing a game that's sort of the source material for that kind of IP, you know, obviously you know that this game is loosely based off of A Journey to the West, which Dragon Ball is also based off of. So like being able to play as Wukong, and you can feel powerful the minute you pick up the controller and start swinging around with the staff. The different abilities you get in this game are fun. The environments are interesting. The boss fights are pretty incredible. I know a lot of people say this is a boss rush game, but I actually enjoyed that part of it, just kind of like hopping in, doing a boss, maybe two bosses, hopping out. It's just a little bit more straightforward than we expect from what we see with this genre of games. There's, you know, is it a Souls-like? Is it an action game? I don't know. And last but not least, my top game of 2024 is going to be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Let me tell you, this game it's incredible. There's just, for me, there is nothing that I don't like about this game. I love the music, I love the combat, I love the characters, the story. It just moves you so naturally through the story. I mean, you could do all the side missions, there's a ton of side missions, but you'd almost forget they were there because it's so natural just to play the story. Obviously that final boss fight had a little bit of a difficulty spike for me because I didn't do all the side quests like I maybe should have. But yeah, man, I just couldn't get enough of this game. I still go back to it and play it now. I'm doing a New Game Plus run right now on hard difficulty just because I really just couldn't get enough of that game. Decided why not play it again at the end of the year when there's like 50 other games out, right? So yeah, man, they did such a great job with this game, soundtrack and all, gameplay, everything was just phenomenal. So alright guys, so those are my top 5 games of 2024. Maybe next year I'll do like a top 10. We'll see how this video does. So I appreciate you guys coming in, checking it out. Definitely give it a like, subscribe, you know, hit that bell button, all that cool stuff. So let me know what you guys think. What's your top 5 games of the year? Peace.